Hello YouTube, Retro Green here again with another recap. Today is March 2nd, 2022, and it's another blah day. Seriously. I'm tired of these days. I'm tired of waiting for this one day an entire month, like we had 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago on Wednesday, was ISPO, and it's just everything is dead. Everything is flat. Nothing's holding, no momentum. Every time you feel like there's momentum, it doesn't hold. There's no follow through. Anyway, my P&L is coming up. Please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you like this recaps, if you like my channel, if you like what I do. And my P&L for today is $1.45. $1.45, guys. Unbelievable. I traded for about 2 hours today, maybe a little bit more. Unacceptable. It was a wild ride for me today. No follow through. I had high hopes for CYRN, and I went in and with about 250 shares right off the bat on CYRN. Let's dive into CYRN here. Pre-market pop. Bondman took a pre-market trade. That's the only decent trade today, really, at the pre-market at CYRN. 922, around 922. His average was 653, I believe. Some people got in a little bit earlier, but if you chased it at 670, 680, you're still able to kind of scrape a little bit off that top because there were not really a pullback. So it was a really strong momentum. It's just I wasn't there. My setup wasn't there. I kind of looked at it, and I trade TOS. So TOS has limit orders at the pre-market, so you can only buy at the limit at the ask or limit at the bid, sell, so whatever. It doesn't have offsets. You can use a ladder, right? A trading ladder, whatever you call it. Everybody have their own name. It's not for me. I have hotkeys, and I want to set up hotkeys with offset predefined already, and I don't have that because I need to look at level 2. There's no way I'm going to be clicking and moving my mouse at that ladder and then just determining if I'm at the right level or whatnot. It's just not working out for me. So anyway, I'm really contemplating about getting a DAS. DAS was TOS. I had it for almost a year before, and it was not worth it for me. And I kind of just cut it off because I was just paying money, and it was just flat pretty much every day, and it was just not working out with DAS. And there's a lot of connections issues with it too, so it's not really like a guarantee type of platform and execution. And by the way, DAS does recommend having an actual TOS platform open as you trade with DAS and TOS. So just kind of an FYI, they're not even confident with their setup because it goes through API. But anyway, CYRN. I took a trade because I didn't take a first minute, right? Think or swim. I took a trade of bounce of around 7.9, 7.11, and I got filled at like 7.27. I got filled almost at the highs of that first 1 minute candle because I tried one share, it executed me, so I try to get in for the break of that continuation break of that 7.30. That thing just flushed, and I exited at 696. I had 250 shares. I was down $77 right off the bat on CYRN. It was not looking good. And the next trade I took was a bounce from 680, I believe, 685, maybe 690, into that 720 type of scenario. So I made about $55 on there, or $50. So I was back up a little bit, but still down about $28, $25. So that's pretty much where I left it off. CYRN. I was down 77 and I made $50, and I just like, you know what? I'm done. And I stopped trading it. I attempted it later a little bit, but I just didn't have that trigger. And I was just flat. And I just told myself, you know what? I'm done. And the other stuff start popping, like IMPP, INDO, SOFI and stuff, but it wasn't like no follow through. So, and INDO thankfully gave me a little bit of kind of that push, right? Maybe first 30 minutes of the market open where you see that volume here. And in INDO, again, it's a tough stock because it has a high spread during the breakouts, and it also flushes. So high spread plus micro flushes equals maybe 15-20 cents a loss. for fishing, you know, and you guys know if I do fishing, that's just the cost. My cost of trading is pretty much trying to fish for that breakout, and that's what I call fishing. And every time you fish, you pay for spread, you pay for micro flushes, blah blah blah. So anyway, INDO, thankfully 16 bucks again, sold off. That 5-minute candle looks really weak, right? And then it tried to bounce off a VWAP and then it punctured it. But anyway, it's just not the stock for scalping. There was no volume, no momentum. I wish there were more volume for it to go through and nothing. And by the way, CYRN as well, no volume there too during the breakouts. IMPP, there's nothing really much for it to say. It did have that initial push. A lot of people were shorting into that pop, and I just kind of like, you know what? There's no volume again. And I didn't capitalize on most of it. There was some flat top breakouts on IMPP, like that VWAP flat top here at around 12.20, 12.30. That could have potentially net you maybe 7 cents. So that's definitely sometimes not worth it to wait for that breakout. And anyway, that's IMPP really. There's not much going on. I don't really want to go on anything else. The another loss I had was SOFI, or SOFI, whatever. And that loss was just basically trying to attempt to trade a curl back up into the VWAP. And that's pretty much it. I was trying to scalp it, this little curl here, you know, and when it's kind of just try to curl it, and that's where you see the increase in volume. And we did see a pop in volume, and I thought it was going to increase, and that's why I kind of tried to attempt to trade it for that next move up, maybe 20, 30 cents. Never happened. Never really happened. And by the way, I drew a line at that time. I was like, you know what? This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. It's going to bounce off of that. Yeah, it didn't even cross VWAP. That's how weak the stock is. That's pretty much tells you everything. I was completely off the chart here, right? Completely wrong. I thought it was going to go. If it's a strong stock, it would have went up to at least that, what, 75, 1276. Area 75, so it never reached that, so it actually made the lower low. So that's SoFi for you, right? That tells you a story for pretty much entire day today. Anyway, $1.45 today. I'm not going to go in a recap of everything else here. There's Dibs and Netflix and Orgo. They're just attempt trades. They were just bored out of my mind type of trading, you know, small share size type of, you know, peddling whatever here and there. Anyway, guys, hopefully you did better. I know a lot of people did pretty well shorting today, and a lot of people did well kind of holding a SoFi on that sell-off and kind of swinging it. So congrats to them. You know, it's getting really annoying with this dead market. It's tough to trade it. I feel like the market is not giving you these opportunities anymore. You know, if you missed out on that initial pop, like example CYRN, you're pretty much done for the day. You know, you like the rest of the day you're going to be just trying to scrape 1 cent, 2 cent here and there, and hopefully it's just going to pop, and you're just sitting there and waiting for the next, you know, ISPO, whatever. I don't know. It's tough. I know SPY popped a little today, and Tesla had good opportunities and juicy shares. I know DWSC was moving. So large caps were kind of had a little bit more movement than small caps. But anyway, I'm here trading small caps, right? And that's the story. That's my story, definitely. Anyway, guys, hope you did well. Please sub. Please thumbs up. You know, if you like it, come join me live on my streams every morning. You know, just ask question, whatnot. So let's build this community. All right, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow.